and love. You're listening to Charm City Direct Radio Show, only on the station where music must be played, MMBP Radio. If you're just joining us, we have in the studio live my man, Nitti.
What's up, B-Mo? What's going on?
Baltimore's own Nitti. Before the break, we said we was going to ask one more question. Who influenced you to start your career? And actually, you had two careers that you were pursuing, music and acting. Who influenced you both?
My stepfather.
And we got stepdad in the studio as well. Stepdad right in back. Right? Stepfather who influenced you on your music and acting.
Yeah, my music and acting. For us, like, you know, my stepfather, man, I always been there from growing up. I really didn't have like a lot of positive males. So once he came into my life, you know, him and my mother, you know, started dating, it helped me grab some of my characteristics that I have now as far as being a father and things like that, man. You know, when I came home from prison, man, I did over a decade in prison for those who don't know. When I came home, I was working at Safeway, cutting meat, you know, off the road, just trying to, you know, make this me. And, you know, dad told me, it was like, man, you know, they you know, looking for people, man, to be in the show. So I'm like, thinking to myself, man, I never done anything like that. You know? Again, for it to be predominantly all white cast. On top of that, you know, I really didn't think I had a shot. But, you know, we got clean, you know, I cleaned up nice, you know, we put the suit on, you know what I mean, nice little hard bottoms, man, you know, went up there, man, you know, as a king, man, and presented myself. And I got the call like 2 o'clock that morning. And I'm saying that, man, they wanted me to come in, you know, for a screen test. I was like, wow. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't believe it, you know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, coming from where I come from, man, I mean, you know, to be on the same set with Kevin Spacey, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, that's big.
That's huge. That's huge,
man.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah. That's huge, yeah. We shot for a few months, man. The show House of Cards is on Netflix. The new season starting out.
Because it was filmed here.
It was filmed here, yeah, in Bel Air, Maryland, Washington, D.C., West Virginia. So pretty like the DMV.
Mount Vernon.
Yeah, we did some stuff.
They edited. I had to walk in. I waved at the camera. So yeah, they edited that part. So, but yeah, Mount Vernon. So in the music career, so which one do you like best, or do you like both?
I like both. My heart is in music, but like I said, man, as of right now, man, acting put food on the table.
Okay.
You know, man, I got 4 kids. Acting, man, just paying the bills. You know, I love the music. I'm doing it, man. I'm getting a little bit of exposure, man. It's just like, for some reason, man, at Baltimore, we have a problem, man, supporting the champion as local artists.
Say that again.
It's ridiculous, man. Like I put something on Facebook. I had I got a YouTube freestyle called Black Hoodie. And the love that I got was from everybody from like out of town, Midwest, Chicago, Florida, Detroit. And then it was like all the people that, because I checked my YouTube page and all the people that liked it from Baltimore, you know, besides, you know, some of the supporters on Facebook, it's like my family and friends. You know, it's like, you know, wow, it's like, oh, man, like, we don't love each other. You know, anybody can come from any other city, you know, and drop a mixtape and stuff like that, man. But it's like, for example, I'm gonna give you like, God, I don't hate on anybody's talent. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying I have a gift, and I really think my gift is special.
Exactly.
But I'm using a guy, Chief Keef, for example, little kid. I respect his mind for what he's done, right? As far as the influence that he has over our city is ridiculous. Like he's not from our town. You know, he's from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we should support hip hop in any way, but it's like, how can you support somebody before you support
Exactly.
somebody in your hometown.
Exactly.
Boss Man, Star Akbar, Missy Baltimore, Clayway, which moved to Atlanta because he just got tired of,
Exactly.
the hate
Exactly.
from the city. The list goes on and on. Kevin Mack, J.I. 900. You know what I mean? Like, guys are just like great, lyricists, great hip-hop artists, never got the other.
And you said it, that you would support a out-of-town rapper or artist before you support a Baltimore artist, and I preach it every day. I preach it every day, but I say it on the show every day. Support and encourage, and I don't understand. It's like it's so hard to get. It's like a job trying to get the support here in Baltimore, but your support now, like you said, I'm not knocking those guys. They're doing their thing. And I commend them, but I'm doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing.
Right.
Why can't that support be equal?
Right.
Or why can't that
Or
support?
not more.
Yeah, and I really have a problem with that. The Baltimore talent that's here, and people that are, and my whole thing is this: if you can get that love in Miami, why can't you get that love here? First, foremost, I did a show here, and Washington was blowing it up. Like, the host from Washington kept pouring in. I'm like, Washington? I'm not knocking Washington, but Washington? You see what I'm saying? Hello, Baltimore. Raise your hand. So that's what I mean. It's like, I'm on the radio, and I don't get calls from Baltimore. You see what I'm saying? But if I move to Chicago, or if I move to Miami, or one of the well-known cities, I would get the love.
Right.
And that's odd. That's just so odd. So, like I said before the break, we were going to get into that song. Tell us about the song.
Okay, this song right here was produced by DJ Roll, HMP, Amsterdam Music.
Shout out to DJ Roll.
We linked up. His nephew, my nephew, man, plays in the football team. And, my nephew was telling me that, Uncle Rapper, long story short, when we got together. I went to the studio, I heard this track. This is one of the first tracks that I did. This was my first time going into the studio also. Like all the music I ever did, was like from the phone or from the laptop, things like that. And this is my first time in the studio. And we actually, just to break this whole thing down, because it's no exaggeration, right? We went to the studio, we did 3 mixtapes and an album in one session. 3 mixtapes and an album in one session. I'm talking about over 130 songs. I left the studio. I went in at 5. I left the studio 2:30 in the morning, man. That's how hungry I was, because I didn't know this opportunity was going to present itself again. He took it to his people, and they loved it, and they was just amazed that I didn't have, I didn't come in there with like any paper, any pad, anything like that. And
All freestyle.
All freestyle. They did the paperwork. We ate some things up, man. And like I said, shout out to Big Nitti, DJ Roll, and the whole HMP, Catch Music, Mr. Baltimore, Sundown Mac. Definitely much love. But the song right here was when I heard the beat, and it took me to a place of really like a place of pain, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I just went in there. He was recording.
Okay.
He was just doing the sound check. And just so, thank God that he was recording.
Okay.
And we recorded the hook in the first verse, and then I came back in and did the second verse. But the hook in the first verse was done that day, and it was like, really, I really poured out a lot of emotions, man, a lot of things that's close to me. Like I said, it's all real. If I said it, I meant it.
Okay. And the name of the song?
The name of the song is Cold World. Once again, produced by DJ Roll.
Cold World. Heard it here first on the Charm City Direct.